Hey guys, this is Asteroids and Earthquakes. Thanks for tuning into another tutorial. Today I'm going to be talking about a technique using Ableton's Vocoder. I really like this technique because you can use it in a ton of different ways. Anything from one-shot sound design kind of things. You can run chords through it, get some nice rhythmic stuff going on. It's also really cool to layer more textural, textures on top of your drum loops. Pretty cool. You can kind of dive into this for a while, get some really cool sounds. I'll show you what I come up with, and if you like it, please keep on watching. Cool. So I just played 4 different kinds. One was just sound design stuff, the chords, and then 2 full tracks that you can run through. So you can run through a lot of things, and it doesn't end there. Vocals, real instruments, whatever. I will get into how we accomplish this now. So I'm going to hide this. I'm going to mute it, and then I'm going to do Command T twice. Going to rename this drum loops. Got to rename this audio files. And so what we want now is to populate this with drum loops. I'm going to steal the ones that I already have in this session because they're right there. But this is when you can really, any drum loops you have or you want to make or rhythmic stuff, they don't just have to be like 160 BPM, anything. But I'm going to quickly undo what I'm about to redo so that you can see what we're doing. So kind of the point of these drum loops is that I want it to be random every time. I want different things to happen. I just want things to be random. So how we get this is if I click the top drum loop, hold shift, go down all the way to the bottom one so that all these are selected. I have this launch box that allows me to control follow action, which is awesome. I really love it. First off, we're gonna, with all of these selected, remember they all have to be selected. If you hit legato, that's gonna make sure that when you launch one clip and then you launch another, the new clip you launch is going to start where the last one ended. So if one ended at, if you launch a clip on beat 3, it's the next clip is going to start on beat 3 of that sample. So that's cool. Now what we're going to do is right here, this is going to tell where the sample is going to go. To make it random, you can just choose any. So that means out of all the selected ones, it's going to jump around to a random one, as long as we choose the chance all the way up. So it's going to happen every time. And we want this to happen every beat. We could choose bars, beats, 16th notes. You may find you like different settings depending on what you're doing, which I do too. But for this, I'm going to stick to 1 beat. So if we hit play, all of these should play at random every quarter note. So it makes a cool little, there's just variation, but you still have the beat. It's kind of cool. So now we're going to populate our audio files with some audio files. So I'm going to take the same ones I use, hold Option to drag and copy them over. Then I'm going to hide that because we don't need that. That was the finished one. So we're just working with these 2. So for this, I use these sound effects. That's something I made a bit ago. Chords. Just 2 tracks that I have. So it might be cooler if we'll find out. if we start these not at the intro. But you can move these around later. Either way. Yeah, cool. So now our goal is, now that we know what these sound like, we want to mute them. We don't want to hear it. We only want to hear the affected drum loops. Now, how we're going to do that is we're going to throw a vocoder on this. We're also going to throw a limiter because vocoder is loud. And I probably would spend more time compressing and, doing everything right. But this is the lazy man's out, just to show you how this works. So we want the carrier to go into external, and we want to take the audio from audio files. And then that will basically set this whole thing up right, which is really cool. So here's the chords. Cool. And that's really the main setup, and you can do a lot of stuff with this. If we take this all the way down to 20 BPM, you'll get more of the when the drum hits. These I warped under texture mode. Oh, I didn't. It's gonna sound better. So it's more grainy, because if we actually solo these without the vocoder, the drum loops, stretched out. It's just very stretched out and grainy. So when it's playing through these sounds, it sounds like that. So the chords sound really cool like that. So it gets very weird and atmospheric and trippy, and it can get more so. If so, on my return track, I threw on the Max for Live convolution reverb, which is really cool. But I just put a simple reverb on it. And you can just load effects pretty much and just mess around. For instance, I took one of Glitch Machine's free plugins called Fracture, which is really cool. Boards of Cannibals. So I'm just going to throw that on. I don't know what preset this is or whatever. You can make your own. Just adds kind of stuttery things to it. Or it doesn't have to be those, but anything really. And those are the chords. Then you can bring it back up to kind of a beat, a real tempo. Not like 20 BPM isn't a real tempo, but you know what I mean. You get some really cool stuff out of it. But yeah, that's kind of the deal. If you enjoyed that tutorial, let me know. Let me know how I can improve. Let me know if there's anything you want to learn. Anything. Yeah, just let me know. I'm still new at this tutorial game. But again, I'm Asteroids and Earthquakes, and I'm signing out. Thanks so much.